I recently had the opportunity to play through a closed beta of an upcoming RPG called Insomnia the Ark, so today we're going to have a look at what it's all about. This Fallout style dieselpunk RPG will be released in September on Steam, and after playing through the 6-hour beta, it is definitely something I'm going to keep an eye on. Insomnia the Ark is set on a massive space station that's been sent on a 400-year journey in search of a new home. After being in cryogenic sleep for God knows how many years, your character is forced to wake up by a huge explosion assumingly conducted by a terrorist group. It soon becomes clear that unless something is done about this, the future of the human race is screwed. Why can't everyone just get along? One of the things that I found interesting was that the main character can see undead spirits roaming around, which is a complete mystery. I look forward to seeing what this is all about, particularly since the beta ended on a bit of a cliffhanger, which probably had something to do with these unnatural powers. Throughout the locations that I visited, there were a good amount of NPCs to interact with, most of which had a lot to say about the state of the world. This tells me that Insomnia the Ark will have a lot of lore. Unfortunately, a lot of the less important conversations haven't been translated yet and are still written in the Russian language. I guess you could say that I was Russian over those parts. I really liked the look of Insomnia. The locations were all detailed and fun to explore. There was a lot of looting involved here, and from some of the materials I picked up, there would no doubt be a crafting system in the final game. Item management was one of my biggest concerns here, as I was never able to sort my items or equipment. Every time I picked something up, I had to manually drag them around my storage space and also manually drop them on top of the same item if I wanted to condense them into one spot. This was annoying and unnecessary, but it's one of those things that was so obviously bad that they can't not address this before the final release. I learned at a very early stage that this is not the type of game that allows you to run and gun. Yeah, I died loads of times, both because it was very challenging and probably because I wasn't very good at the game. Saving and loading happened a lot, so much so that I really felt the need for an autosave, auto-load feature. Hopefully they can add this soon. There's a bit of strategy involved in each encounter, even if the options seemed quite limited with the tools that I was given in the beta. To take on enemies, I usually just found a good place for cover and then shot them from where I was safe. My ammo, weapons breaking after a certain amount of use, close-ranged enemies, and guns jamming were a few of the other factors I needed to consider before and during each fight. I could also see that there will be a focus on additional ways to deal with situations as skills like hacking, lockpicking, and sneaking play a role. How deep will this go? We'll have to wait to find out. Overall, the gameplay took a little while to get used to, but I can certainly see the potential here. The core RPG elements come into play with the skill points that you receive upon leveling up. There seemed to be a decent range of skills to learn and upgrade, but the lack of information for many of them, particularly under the achievement category, made it very hard to decide. I also had no idea what all of the stats did. I mean, what's the difference between armor and resistance? What does the Insomnia value do? I was clueless and the game didn't tell me anything. I was in desperate need of some interface feedback here, such as displaying information when hovering over your stats. Again, I'm hoping they add this in the future. Before I wrap things up, I'll also mention that there is a team tab in the menu that was always grayed out. And this was probably because I didn't have any friends. I'm assuming you have the option to recruit followers to help you out in battle, which would be pretty cool to see, so long as they're not as stupid as I am and die every 20 seconds. Despite a few issues that could easily be addressed prior to launch, I had a lot of fun with Insomnia the Ark and was disappointed that the beta came to an end when it did. I can see a lot of potential here and will no doubt be checking out the full game sometime in the future. If you're into Fallout style games, I recommend keeping a close eye on Insomnia the Ark. This was Hellfire RPGs, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think of Insomnia the Ark. Will you be checking it out? If you liked this video, hit like and subscribe for more RPG content. See you next time.